What's going on? We back. It's the Boxing Clinic and more. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. One time for the one time early morning grind. Y'all know what it is. Talking about Danny Jacobs and Serhiy Derevianchenko. That fight looks like it's about to happen. As expected, the IBF ordered the fight. Before we get into it, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon so you know we upload videos, and especially when we go live. Don't want to miss those live videos. And we got links in the description. You want to donate to the PayPal for us. That link's there. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. That's there as well. And please share. That's more important than any other thing other than subscribing. But, you know, a lot of people, you know, seen that first article that Andre Rozier did with Boxing Scene, saying that, you know, he didn't want his guys to fight. Because if you don't know, Andre Rozier, he coaches / trains both of these guys, Derevianchenko and Danny Jacobs. And they share the same manager as well. You know, and both are advised by Al Heyman. You know, difference is Danny Jacobs on HBO. So, you know, Danny Jacobs said if he didn't get the Canelo fight, which he didn't, Canelo and Triple G2 is going down September 15th, T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas. If he didn't get that fight, he was going to fight Derevianchenko for the IBF title. Danny Jacobs has never been a real world title world champion. The regular WBA championship belt, it's not a real belt. You can't even unify with that belt, okay? So he wants to jump at the opportunity of fighting Serhiy Derevianchenko. He knew this right after he fought Magic Man Saluki, that it was a possibility that him and Derevianchenko was getting ordered to fight for the IBF. What's so funny about it, Tom Loeffler said, you know, IBF going to sanction, you know, Danny Jacobs when he broke their rules about the, you know, weighing in 10 pounds, you know, more than 10 pounds on fight night versus Golovkin. But that very rule, they changed it, you know, for Canelo Alvarez. They took that away from unification bouts. And they considered a ring belt for Canelo so he can rehydrate higher than 10 pounds as unification bout. So at the end of the day, they bend the rules, you know, multiple times, you know. But it is what it is, you know, sour grapes for the IBF. Sour grapes for Tom Loeffler. Now, they are going to fight. The manager already said it in the Boxing Scene, already, you know, did a video and put the article in there as well, that they're going to fight. Most likely, both of them are based in New York. More than likely, this fight is going to fall at the Barclays Center. And probably Eddie Hearn to be, you know, making the fight happen. A lot of people haven't seen Derevianchenko, you know, fight. Then they call him a technician, and he, you know, he's a good fighter. You know, he's a really good fighter. Obviously, you know, he could beat Danny Jacobs. They spar with each other. Danny Jacobs feel that he could beat him. Derevianchenko is 12-0, 10 knockouts. You know, Danny got a couple losses on his resume. He got knocked out by Pirog early in his career before cancer. And then he got, you know, close fight with Triple G. He hasn't been looking good as lately. Derevianchenko just fought somebody that's just, you know, piss poor record. So, you know, but you got to remember Derevianchenko had in the World Series of Boxing, he had 24 fights at the World Series of Boxing. You know, he does. And you know, he looks like invincible over here. But in the World Series of Boxing, he got beat by Juan Carlos Castano, guy who did a Who Got Next. Look out for the next Who Got Next after this one. Got a, you know, good fighter for that one. But, yeah, you know, Juan Carlos Castano, he's the regular WBA 154-pound champ, and you know, he beat Derevianchenko. Man, I watched most of that fight. Man, he spoke his language very well, and this fight will be interesting because Danny Jacobs, if he it depends on what type of fight. Derevianchenko loves to come forward, man. He loves to come forward and use angles and step over and pop up and pop his head up and move. He got a real like energizing bunny type of style. You know, while Carlos Castano was able to, you know, time him and really beat him up and tag him at will. But he's got similar physical attributes to Danny Jacobs. They both like 6'1", long arms. And Castano just outworked him, you know what I'm saying? But the difference is Castano, he let his punches flow. He didn't really wind up and press for the knockout. He just, you know, let his punches flow. And Danny Jacobs wind up for the knockout. He gonna get beat up by Derevianchenko. Andre Rozier knows that. He knows Derevianchenko very well. And if you wonder who's gonna train Derevianchenko, probably somebody close in his team gonna train him. I'm pretty sure he had a coach before he came over to the United States when he was in the World Series of Boxing. I'm pretty sure he had a different coach. So he's fine. He wants to take the fight. You know, he wants to win the championship fight. And this is a really good fight style-wise. You know, this is guys who are friendly, who sparred before. I put the clip up and put the link in other videos where they sparring. And Derevianchenko, you know, seeing to put Danny on the back foot, it was just like sparring. And I think that's what it'd be. I think Danny Jacobs is, you know, probably going to fight on the back foot, and he's going to have to step over and and really, put it on Derevianchenko to stop him from coming forward. But I believe Danny Jacobs would be the hardest puncher Derevianchenko fought. But like I said, with Castano let his punches flow. Castano didn't wind up, he didn't load up on punches and look for the knockout. If Danny Jacobs looks for the knockout versus Derevianchenko, like he did versus Lucky, Danny Jacobs might get stopped. Seriously. Because he's going to be missing, and Derevianchenko going to work up and down and up. He going to work the body, he going to then work the head, going to work the head, work the body. He going to work up and down all night. And not only that, he going to step over, you know what I'm saying? He going to step over, work the body up and down and up. He going to continue to do that. So if Danny Jacobs going to load up on punches, Danny Jacobs going to get tired, he going to get stopped. So Danny Jacobs going to have to use his jab to keep Derevianchenko at bay, and then put something behind it, and put some right hands and some left hooks, right hooks behind that jab, and break Derevianchenko's rhythm, similar to what Castano did. Castano ain't the biggest puncher, so if Danny Jacobs can, let the punches flow, and then, when he gets Derevianchenko in a position of weakness, or when he get him tired, then, land the whoop-de-blam on him, and I think then Danny Jacobs can knock him out. Obviously a lot of people are going to favor Danny Jacobs because he's the known commodity. He's experienced, but, he's been on the downfall, man. And if his performances are on par with what he done with Luis Arias and what he done with Magic Manson Lucky, Derevianchenko's going to beat this guy. So he's going to have a good fight with Derevianchenko. And obviously if it's on HBO, he's going to be the darling. And I think Derevianchenko knows that. Derevianchenko knows he got to go for the knockout. Derevianchenko going to look good because he ain't fighting too many big people right now. But, right now, I wouldn't call it a 50-50 fight. I wouldn't. Obviously, Danny Jacobs got all the, Danny Jacobs got all the experience, and he might be faster and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But right now, Danny ain't been looking good. So, right now, style-wise, I slightly favor Derevianchenko. I do. But I understand Danny will be the favorite. But, I think Derevianchenko is fresher. And Danny looked terrible since he lost to Triple G. I slightly favor him, though. I'm going to end up picking him to win the fight when I get to break it down the film and make a prediction. But just waiting for them to announce the fight. I'm pretty sure they're hashing out a deal. They probably close. Same manager, same trainer, same gym. So, like I said, Rozier be training him, training Danny because he know Danny longer. And I don't know what's going to be the result after this fight. Will Rozier go back and train Derevianchenko and what's going to go down? But they share manager, so the deal won't be that hard to find. But it's your boy CJ Goodfella. We with the Boxing Clinic and more. Y'all know what it is. Smash that subscribe button. Hit the bell icon and go ahead and share the videos. We greatly appreciate it. One time for the one time. Y'all know what it is. We gone.